Hey everyone, we're the ECB team and today we're gonna react on Eurovision 2026. Let's get started.
Let's get started.
So this time it will be us discussing the running order of semifinal 1. 15 countries plus 2 automatic qualifiers will perform in semifinal 1, scheduled to May 12th, really soon actually. So before we dive in, let's just remind all of us the running order. Opening semifinal 1 will be Moldova, then we have Sweden, Croatia, Greece, Portugal, Georgia, Italy as guest performer, and closing the first half is Finland. Then completing the list will be Montenegro, Estonia, Israel, Germany, Belgium, Lithuania, San Marino, Poland, and closing the show is Serbia with Kraimene. All right, let's see how do we see the sequence of entries here. Vani, let's start with relating to the first pair, let's say. So what do you think about Moldova opening, followed by Sweden?
Yeah. Uh, Actually, Moldova was an opener that I expected, to be honest. First of all, it is a returning country in Eurovision, so I think they would like to make them open the show. Uh, I think the running order is good for Moldova. It's a great way to start a party. And Eurovision is a party for some, so I can agree with I think the position is good for them.
What do you think about Sweden being in slot number 2?
Oh, okay. Actually, because I'm really, I don't know. I think it is a really random number two. I don't know. I never expected in my Eurovision fan life to see Sweden as number two in anything, especially everything not decided by a draw, but by the executive producers. Uh, is this probably a way of calling that? Any country can be the number two. I don't know because the almost all songs of the first half of the first semifinal is are very strong. So probably they wanted Sweden to be number two. I don't know. I do think Sweden will qualify anyways, of course, because it's Sweden. No, okay. But no, I actually love that song so much that I do believe that in any position this would shine. So I don't think Sweden is afraid of being number two. I love it, and it's very good. The position is good. I think it can even vanish Moldova.
Interesting. So I will relate shortly as well. Uh, Actually, Moldova opening the show was exactly my prediction. I thought same as you told, like like their returning country, so probably they want to honor somehow their comeback. Also, yeah, it's a kind of party. Like many people will clap and jump on their seats for sure in the arena. So yeah, I can see why they open. I was a bit surprised to see Sweden as song number 2. But on the other hand, when trying to follow like the considerations of the producers on how to allocate the song, so I think in general there are no many options in first half of semifinal 1. There are a lot of upbeat songs. So yeah, like usually they put, not always, but usually they put in song on song number 2 kind of song that which is like more ballady or slower or something like even folky. But here we don't have much options, and I think like saving some of the non-upbeat songs, which are in kind of sense Portugal and some may say even Croatia, wouldn't be a smart move for song number 2 because they have to sparse them down. So like for me, putting the slower one in song 3, 5, or something like 4, 6 makes more sense, and they actually have done it. And yeah, I think it's about time that not only small or Eastern Europe countries getting the spot number 2. We have seen many times like Albania goes there, Slovenia when they participate, Montenegro, I don't know, even Israel back on the day, like with Michael Ben David and many others. So I feel like it's justified to try some strong countries or strong entries to put them there. Justina from Poland has done the same last year and she's qualified with no problems at all. So yeah, I believe that for Felicia it will be good as well because like my system would have qualified from any spot. And maybe by this they're giving like more chances to some questionable qualifications if there are. So yeah, and you know what? I kind of feeling that probably having Sweden allocating on song number two, they will probably get better allocation in the final. So maybe it's a good deal after all. All right, we continue the sequence with Croatia as song number three and Greece at song number four. Vani, please, what do you think about that allocation?
Okay. Uh, Croatia is also one of my favorites of that semifinal. I do think that the position three is justified. Uh, it's a nice folk flow after two party up-tempo songs. Um, it also doesn't really fall after ethnic song like Moldova or Portugal. It's just in between. There are two other songs before and after. It's a good position for Croatia. I think they will have no problem qualifying. And unless happens something very serious, which I really doubt because these performers are very good. And yeah, I think Croatia as a position is justified enough. I even probably expected it to be number two, but thank God it's not because it would be after Moldova. So it would be two ethnic songs in the first two, like it would be similar. So it's nice that we exchange. Genres between Eurovision. As a Greece now, I have to say my country, it's one of the many times we perform as number four in the semifinal recently.
Yeah, you
I don't know
usually
why.
get three or
Yeah,
four many times. Actually,
yeah, yeah.
it was my prediction that Akylas will
I
get
think
either three or four.
yeah, I think last year was also four, five, three, and Marina as well.
Clavidia was six or seven, if I'm not wrong. Marina was three just before Nemo performed
Okay,
fourth.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, thanks for the clarification. But yeah, we always get similar positions in the running order. And I do think this one has been pretty much of a good sign for us, the last 2 years at least. So I'm very happy. We also have Portugal after us, which is a very, very good sign. And Greece can definitely outshine most countries in the first half of the semifinal. The running order is almost ideal. Um, and especially in the televoting part, I don't know how jury will take it. So yeah, I'm actually very happy for Greece being in number four in the middle of the first half. Very important song that can decide the flow of the show. Another party song, I can tell. So yeah, that's my opinion. I think both Croatia and Greece got really nice positions.
Yeah, actually, I partially agree with you this time. I think Croatia got not that good position at all. They even in risk of lowering their chances, to be honest, because they are between two of the favorites of the semi, if not of the half, actually. Like song two is Sweden and song number four is Greece. Both of them are really strong, really like strong contenders, even to win the semi, or at least the televote or to jury or something. Or let's say both of them will reach top four of the semi. That's the safest way to say so. And yeah, Croatia, I really appreciate that song. Is it's not in my top 10, but it's really close to there. I think the message is strong, the sisterhood, the vocals were on point, and the staging has like really, let's say, interesting concept. But I'm not sure whether that songs will resonate with everyone. I think with Balkan and Eastern country of Europe for sure it will. Once again, what I really like it. So don't get me wrong, any of our viewers, but I just am afraid that it might be too heavy for some people in general, and sorry, and putting in between two upbeat songs like that might be a bit risky. I think also, as far as I remember, spot number three is also kind of that spot, even not that far from spot number two, actually, when I derived the statistics somehow, at least last year. So yeah, and maybe if song number two is too strong, maybe the curse like moves to song number three. I hope not. I want Croatia in. But yeah, I don't know. I would have preferred, I don't know, Croatia to be song number five, to be honest. Maybe switching between them and Portugal somehow, in some sense. But yeah, I just hope they will shine somehow. They might shine, by the way, because those who don't like upbeat songs might, find some beautiness in that one. But yeah, we'll see about it. Regarding Greece, not much to say. I think they would have qualified from any spot, including spot number four. I actually predicted them to be either three or four because usually, like, it's typical when they put such songs. I also want to remind about Tommy Cash. He also performed from a kind of similar spot last year, if I'm not wrong, and he did well for sure in the final, but also in the semi. So yeah, some people say that it's kind of between Cha 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 to Espresso Macchiato somehow of the year, like in the sense of being viral. I mean, so yeah, I'm not worried for Greece at all. And to be honest, if we look on that like pattern in general, we see that they have somehow separated the three favorites to win the semi, which are Greece, Sweden, and Finland. They are not ones next to each other, like the almost two, four, and seven. So almost like with a almost equal gap. So I think it's a smart idea. It will help the three of them to shine on their place and not overshade each one. All right, we continue the sequence with Portugal being on five, and then we have Georgia at six. Maybe I'll start now. So, regarding Portugal, sadly, I don't have much to say because I don't feel they have like high chances to qualify. They do have some, but I think the fact that they are allocated in the first half don't really much help them. Um, Especially when they don't have like very considerable allies to vote for them. For example, France and Spain, for example, on Luxembourg as well, as having like very large Portuguese diaspora. Uh, the song is like a slow burn, so I don't think many people will resonate with that one. Maybe I'm wrong because Deslocado also like qualified out of nowhere last year, and it even became much viral. But here I think the song like is less commercial in some sense, and them being like after Greece and not that far from Finland, by the way, and Georgia, it's not that a good sign. I do see some room for them to get some jury support regardless the spot, but yeah, in general, I'm worried for them even more than I thought before. It's not a death spot of two or even three, but it's not that far from being like overshaded. Yeah, regarding Georgia being in six, I think it's quite a good spot for them. It's maybe the lucky number. That's the number they performed under in Junior Eurovision when they won. Yeah, some people might say that it's quite close to Finland, which are the favorites to win the contest, even for some people. But I think that for them being not that in the beginning of the show, it's a good thing. And I think especially when they come after Portugal, they might like, making it more upbeat and make people dance, especially with the moves. So yeah, I think for Georgia, it's a good sign. Still, there are not safe qualifiers for me, I must say, in general, because still want to see that the staging is on point and to see like that, that flavor of song will still have some audience after, I don't know, Greece, Finland, and Sweden, for example, will take a lot of the, let's say, televote magnet points regarding the genre. So we'll see about it. Vani, what do you think about Portugal and Georgia?
Okay, yeah, as for Portugal, I don't think they have a lot of chance, as you said before. I can agree with that. And especially putting it between Greece and Georgia, two, let's say, very addictive songs for the televoting. I do think Portugal actually can stand out because the energy is a bit unmatching. And I do feel like Portugal this year is a bit of screwed up, let's say, and I don't know. It's not really the best position they could ask for. It's not number two, but if it had been number two, I think it would be worse. But it still is something not that helpful for them. Maybe the fact they are not between Greece and Finland or Greece and Sweden is better, and but still it's very unlikely to shine. As for Georgia, I do think they are a good party mode after Portugal's slow songs, and
Agree.
I do feel this position actually helps them, even though it's before Finland. I think Italy will perform before Finland, so it's not exactly before Finland. And in my opinion, this run in order helps Bzikebi, the winners of Junior Eurovision 2008. And however, I still believe this song has low chance of qualifying, but it's still getting really helped by the running order because after Portugal, of course, more people will remember Georgia, I guess. So it's kind of a helpful position for them.
Hmm. Yeah, I agree. Also, like I want to share that position number six is quite a good one in general.
Yeah.
They put some strong songs there. Last year it was Sky, for example. All
Yes.
right. So on Italy, we're gonna skip because they don't really compete, but we want to relate them maybe as supporting between countries. So the next sequence is Italy and Finland, and so let's re review them and then move on to the second half. Vani, you're gonna own, please.
Okay. Yeah, Italy actually doesn't compete in the semifinal. They're a guest actor. However, I think it still uh, affects the flow of the show. And I do think it's a great way of of promoting the entry as well, in order it doesn't seem strange to people in the final. And well, I do think many people won't give it much attention because it's not a competitor, and also it's before Finland, and Finland is by some bookmarkers and people, it's the favorite to win the competition, as you said earlier as well. In my opinion, I don't think they will win, but let's see. It's still one of the heavy favorites, and Italy is not that big of a favorite this year. So yeah, I do think they will. It definitely depends on the staging and the performance of Sal Da Vinci. And about Finland. It's a good position. It's close in the first half of the semifinal. Very, I think the special effects in the staging and the violin will be definitely remembered, and I don't think many people will forget. But also, it depends on the performance of the next song of Finland, if they can win the semifinal. Because I do think the question is if they win the semifinal or not. It's not like they are going to not qualify or something. Let's face it. And yeah, I think Finland also has a good position. Closing the first half is also always good, uh, unless you have a very bad song. In this case, it's not my favorite song, but it's definitely not a very bad song.
Yeah, so I think like they got the best position they could have gotten from the first half from the producers. It was actually my prediction exactly where they're gonna put them. Just want to mention that it's not the first and not the second time that Finland is allocated in the last or let's say later position as possible from what they got.
Yeah.
Karya was closing the semi back then and actually closing the half in the final. Erika Wickman as well closed the semifinal last year and now they close the half. So it looks like things are cooking up really nicely for Finland. Also, like the songs are really like well accepted by the fandom, let's say, or by the commercial people. Yeah, so wasn't surprised about that one. I think it will really shine, especially after Italy, because those two like suggest really different moods, let's call it. When Italy is more like laid back, something between 70s to 80s. This one is like mostly like a cinematic one, very dramatic. I see it as actually modern, even though it has like has some classic elements. And I think yeah, staging concept should be strong. I mean, it was strong on in the UMK, and I just heard they probably gonna do the same, but upgrade it even more. So yeah, I think they're gonna be one of the contenders to win that semi. Overall, by the way, not only public but in general. So yeah, for them, that's a good position. All right, moving on to the second half. Montenegro in song number 8, they're the one to open, and they're followed by Estonia, Vanilla Ninja, Too Epic to Be True. So I must say I'm a bit disappointed of the allocation of Montenegro. I even think I would even dare to say that I even think that they got one of the least preferred spots because they're coming after Finland. I'm not sure when we're gonna have the ad break. It's not necessarily after Finland, I must say. Sometimes it's between even during the first half or something. It maybe can be even before Finland or somewhere before Italy or something like that. And I think like yeah, people still will like will be I don't know amazed of thinking about Finland, and we're already in the next song. So yeah, Montenegro, like it's not a secret. The song is perfect. I really like it. It's in my top 10. I would put it on table from now on. But I'm not sure that with that running order, it will make a good deal for them. Um, like for me, I must say, I would have put Montenegro to close the show, not to open the second half. That's how I see it in my vision. Um, yeah, not much is known. Some places I've heard that they're gonna have a new staging concept. Some other place I read that it's gonna be similar to the Munti song staging. So not sure about that one. But overall, like I like the song. Montenegro as a country usually struggle to qualify. It's a fact. Like they have qualified only twice in the modern era. So let's put it on table as well. I do think the song deserved the final and even much beyond, but I'm not sure whether this sequence of acts gonna support it. The only thing I'm hopeful is that they're gonna get many points from both Serbia and Croatia as friendly voting and justified as well in this case. But yeah, once again, not a good spot for them. Comparing Estonia, so they kinda got the second spot, but in the second half, which is also some of the cases when producers put at least from what I remember, entries with not as good potential to do that well. I think Georgia was in that spot last year, if I'm not wrong, for example. Yeah, so I'm not that
It was in
confident.
number 10. Yeah, it was number 10.
Yeah, number 10, but it was like the second in the
Yeah.
second half because we had 16 acts, if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
Um, right. So yeah, I think that Estonia is not in good position either. I think that people still will be in Finland in their mind, but also with Montenegro. I think Montenegro like suggests a better package in general, staging and the song. About Estonia, it's really like kind of very sweet American college song for me, and I really like Vanilla Ninja as a band, but that song isn't that strong, at least for me, sadly, and I think they might be overshaded like that. It's a song that, in order to people to remember the grace they could have done with that somehow, is put it as late as in the show as possible, but they haven't done so. So yeah, once again, I think Estonia doesn't have any good spot as well. So for both countries, I have kind of the same thoughts, but different reasons. Vani, what do you think about Montenegro and Estonia?
Sure. Montenegro, yeah, indeed, they don't have the best running position as possible. Outperforming after Finland was something I actually expected because Montenegro is not the most favored country when it comes to running order, unfortunately. I do believe Montenegro should have performed 11th or 12th in the show, not 8th, not that early, since they got the second half. Uh, well, I do think Montenegro will still qualify because unless they produce something very bad on staging, which is kind of a thing I am afraid of. Like we've seen Montenegro stagings in the past, like especially with Nina Žižić and the mask and the stuff. It was like so unnecessary. Hope they don't do something like that to Tamara Živković because she doesn't deserve it. And the song is very up tempo and it's actually a competitive song from Montenegro for the first time in years. And I do believe that it's not the best position possible, of course, but is not a killing position for them either. As for Estonia, now I think the girls have had a lot of charisma and they can perform definitely. But yeah, the position is not really that strong for them either. Um, Number nine is a bit of an indifferent position. I don't think many people focus on that kind of early second half of the show. There's always a non-qualifier, at least, or two non-qualifiers from this section. So I do think Estonia will be one of them, unfortunately. Um, I expected Estonia to be later in the running order, probably switching positions with Poland. But yeah, I think Poland is a more competitive song, so they better did that to put Poland later than Estonia. So I do think both Montenegro and Estonia don't have the best positions possible, but it's all right. It can help the show have a nice flow.
Yeah, got you. All right, they are followed by Israel with Noam Bettan performing 10th. And thereafter, we have Germany's automatic qualifier. Yeah, let's discuss this per Vani. You go on, please.
Okay. About Israel, I do think that the running order doesn't matter that much in that case. I think Israel will qualify to the final. And I guess it's a good running order because we have Estonia before, a song which many people, I think, especially from the younger generations, will not relate. And we have also Germany after, which is not really a competitor. It's just a guest act. So I guess Israel is very advantaged by the running order. So about that, if the staging is good and we see something similar to the official video clip Noam Bettan provided us and Israel, I think Israel can also fight for the top three of semifinal. It's really nice, and they are helped by the running order a lot, in my opinion. It's the song in the first section of the second half that will shine out the most, definitely. So yeah, I do believe it's a good position for Israel. So Germany, okay, they're not competing, so I don't have much to say. I will only say that it's a great bop, and the good thing is that it's not very close to Montenegro because the songs are kind of have a similar aura. And it will be a nice break of competing acts to see Sarah Engels performing like a goddess as she is. So yeah, I like the flow as well. Continue.
Yeah, so I expected Israel to be allocated a bit later. I thought they will be around 12 or 13, but 10 is also a good one. I think they're served by the fact that also Noam is a single guy performer between many female acts. We have like Montenegro in 8, then we have Estonia, Gerbernd, thereafter we have Sarah Engels, and after we haven't talked about, but we have Belgium. So like the next
Yeah.
male act is only Lithuania, 2 songs or 3 songs later, depends whether you count Germany or not. Um, yeah, I think people will be don't want to say surprised, but they will find out he's a really good vocalist, and I think it will serve him as well in this sequence. For sure, I guess there will be some, I don't know, people in the audience being like kind of bullying him or something like that, or bullying him. Um, so yeah, it's not that good for the songs coming after, but yeah, luckily. It's a song that doesn't compete at all because Germany is a guest act. So I think also the decision to put Israel next to that kind of act is also a good one. So no one will be kind of, with thoughts about what happened in the audience 2 minutes ago, etc., etc. Uh, I don't know about the staging this year. I know he gonna come with 5 female dancers. That's what I've heard. Maybe similar to the clip kind of. So yeah, I hope the staging will be good enough. Interesting to know whether we're going to have an ad break just after or after Germany or something like that, because it makes sense to allocate another one in that, like, 2/3 of the show somehow. Regarding Germany, don't have much to say. I think it's good they put Sarah Engels not next to another pop girly, so not like Montenegro and even Poland, even though they're not similar, but they give each one of them the space to shine. So I like that decision. Yeah, let's continue. So thereafter we have Belgium with Dancing on the Ice, and she's followed by Leon Ceccah from Lithuania, and followed by yeah, let's discuss those two before we go on. Yeah, so regarding Belgium, I'm quite confused about that one because I can't really say I see like high chances she qualifies. It's possible, and I really wish her to qualify because she's really nice, sweetheart. But yeah, I just don't not sure. I'm not sure. Sorry, the song will resonate with everyone. Um, I do expect young people to even like it more because it has like it has some TikTok vibe on that one, like Gen Z in a good way. I say it by the way, like it's very modern. I just hope that yeah, like it will be sparse enough from some favorites at Finland and some others. It's a good position for her, I must say. Many people said that maybe she might be overshaded by Israel, but I don't think so because they have Germany between them. But yeah, when it comes to Belgium, I must say I'm quite worried about staging in general because they're one of the countries, sadly, that don't really, let's say, like don't really excel in staging execution in recent years. So I just hope they will equip her with proper staging because this song has somehow to be elevated. Uh, yeah, so really curious about that one. Regarding Lithuania, personally, I think it's a strong performance in general. Many people don't might not like the song, but I think as a staging concept, with especially with the prop they gonna deliver with something like electrifying and then not like I don't know, something like magnets and with a code that's gonna be melted down, something like that. So it's gonna be sound really promising. I would even predicted him to be even later in the show. But this position also serves him because once again he has like many kind of like Noam Bettan. He has many female acts before and after him. So I think it will serve him. Uh, yeah, I just wonder about Senhit, whether she's coming in position number 13. I remember from the national finals she had kind of silvery outfit. So I suggested not to do so, especially when Leon is before with all the silver painted.
Mhm.
Yeah, it will be an interesting one. But I think like Lithuania even have increased their chances to qualify because it's quite late in the show, not too late. And I think it really differs from the others. Vani, what do you think about Belgium and Lithuania?
Okay, I think Belgium's position is actually not really helping them that much for me. Yeah, they have Germany before, which is kind of a similar vibe of song. Although Fire is more of the standard bop you hear in Eurovision, and Dancing on the Ice is more of a radio-friendly, more even jury bait, I can say, type of pop song. And I do think it's more modern. However, I still have my doubts on the staging, as you said as well. And it will definitely play a major role in Belgium's fate of Eurovision this year as well. Because let's remember, Belgium has been a non-qualifier in Eurovision for the past 2 years, even though they have received very good ratings in their previous entries, at least in the studio versions. And this year, I don't think Belgium is that well received on the studio versions, but hope she does a good live performance so she turns the table and qualifies. So I do think Belgium's position is heavily affected by Lithuania being after that because Lithuania is very favored by the position, in my opinion. It's a song that can definitely stand out. When I saw Lithuania in the second half, actually, I was pretty sure they would qualify if, in any position because second half is much less competitive than first half, where
Yeah,
all the
great
favorites
speaker.
are, yeah, of course. It's most entries in the first half are very competitive, even for the win of the semifinal. So Lithuania can actually shine between Belgium and San Marino. Um, However, I also have my slight doubts about that one as well. Maybe some people will find it too extraordinary or too artsy, and but still, I think the position is helped them so much. It's a very nice position for Lithuania. I dared to predict it could even close the show, but number 12 was good.
Mhm. All right, let's review the three remaining one, which is San Marino. After we have Poland and Serbia. Vani.
Sure. Uh, as I was saying earlier, I do think that Lithuania's good position, and however, I don't think San Marino is that screwed up. Or number 13. Some people say number 13 is an unlucky number, but in this case, I do think that San Marino would not qualify from any position, let's be honest, unless they do something heroic on stage, which I find kind of difficult based on the outfits Senhit chose to wear in the national selection. I'm not saying she will wear the same, of course, but imagine, just imagine she wore the same after Leon Chica. Too much silver in Eurovision, indeed. Yeah. So yeah, I do think the position doesn't really affect San Marino's fate in Eurovision this year. Unfortunately, if you ask me, because this song is my guilty pleasure. Uh, so let's move on to Poland. I think the position actually helps Poland. It's pretty late. Poland doesn't usually get a late position in semifinals,
Yeah,
and
that's
that's a
right.
good one. And that's a good one for this year. Probably a bit unexpected, in my opinion. But I actually like the fact that they put ALICJA that low. Is it probably because ALICJA was a Eurovision 2020 competitor and they wanted to help her? I
Maybe,
don't know
yeah.
what I don't know what made them put ALICJA that low, that close to the end. But I actually support this decision. I'm really happy that Poland is in number 14, and I do think it increases the qualifying chance very much.
That's
So
right.
last but not least, Serbia. It is a nice closer to the semifinal. It's a very different touch of the rest of the songs in the semi, to be honest. I expected it to be. I could easily imagine Serbia and Lithuania changing positions, or even Serbia and Montenegro could change positions. But yeah, Serbia was number 15, and it's a really interesting way of closing the semifinal. Very unique. And I do think that the two closing songs of the first semifinal, Poland and Serbia, have a similar way of blending some music genres. Like Poland starts as a ballad, then it becomes an R&B, and then again we see the vocal capacity of ALICJA, while Serbia starts as a pop song, then comes a pop rock and has metal issues as well. I do think the blend of all those genres in the last two positions of the semifinal alone is pretty much chaotic, but chaotic in a good way. I think the public will resonate. Also, Poland and Serbia are two strong public countries in general. They almost always qualify on the televoting section. However, I'm not sure how the jury will receive those songs. I do think both of them have good possibilities of qualifying, and that being in the last spot of the show is really helping them. Unfortunately, cannot say the same about San Marino.
Yeah, I kind of tend to agree with you. I think for Poland, I'm like positive surprised about their position. I thought they might even allocate her earlier, but I'm happy for ALICJA, especially when she like finally has got her Eurovision opportunity after 6 years. She should have participated in 2020, which was cancelled, etc. About ALICJA, so regarding her vocal capacity, I think she's one of the best vocalists we have this year. It's not even a question. I once again must say I'm not really sure about the song, like about its potential to expand for both jury and public, because I think it has something not that immediate in it. I'm still like, trying to give it more chances, but the song isn't one of my favorites, sadly. But for sure, ALICJA is the singer I like to hear singing. I know, by the way, or at least I've watched some content on the social media that ALICJA plans to have a really nice big prop on stage. So maybe this is one of the considerations of her to being allocated that late in the show. I also think that Serbia probably will perform without props, maybe just as a live performance band, which is also a good staging concept. We have seen it in the past. I don't know, even the Slovenian band in 2023, for example, or many others that we had. Yeah, so maybe also it's like of logistic reasons. I know the time to pack Poland on stage and to unpack it and make Serbia. So they couldn't put some complex staging one to next each other. I don't know, maybe Israel and Lithuania, as we already know, have some complex staging, so they couldn't put the sequence of Lithuania, Israel, Poland somehow. Maybe it's also one of the reasons. Just guessing, really. I have no like official details. But yeah, this allocation for sure does many good things to Poland. I think even puts more chances for them to qualify. Before that, I wasn't sure about it, but now I can see a room where Poland qualifies, and I hope for them. Regarding Serbia, I think regardless the position they would have qualified. I put my bet back then on the day, on the end of March when I tried to do a list of the semifinals running order. I bet it was either Montenegro or Serbia to close the show, and they chose Serbia. I think it's quite a heavy flavor to close the show, I must say, because not everyone might be after that metal flavor. But rock songs are kind of good to be later in the running order, so maybe that's also kind of consideration. I think also Serbia is usually a strong public vote country when it comes to semifinals. Strong in the sense that they almost always qualify. Exception was last year though, and some other opportunities in the past. But this year, I tend to believe they qualify because I think that also people who like rock music will, pick up their phones and vote for that one. I hope we can see a day when both Poland and Serbia qualifying. Not sure about that one, but for sure, I think those two will make San Marino vanish even more. So to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised to see even San Marino ending last in the public vote. Not sure about the jury. It's another story maybe, but about public vote, yeah, I don't want to say confident, but I'm quite sure they're gonna be in the bottom two of the televote as I see it for now. Uh, I wonder, the second half of the semi is not that competitive as you told, and I agree with you. And I think that probably some countries will be favorable by the fact quite closing the semi. So my question actually is, might one of them steal the position of one of the countries in the first half? I start to think yes, to be honest. What do you think?
Yeah, I can agree with you. I think there will be 5 and 5 actually. 5 to qualify from the first half and 5 from the second. Um, yes, I can tell that, yes. I can agree with you. In my opinion, the qualifiers and the non-qualifiers uh, are pretty much a first certain in the semifinal. And unless big stagings happen, I can have my top 10 of predicting the finalists of that show.
Interesting. Who do you think will be out, actually?
Okay, so the 5 countries that I think they will be unfortunately out are San Marino, Estonia, Portugal, with the highest possibility of being out. Then I have Georgia, actually. And the last position is between Belgium and Poland. But I think Poland got more favored by the running order. And I think also ALICJA has better vocal than ESSYLA. So I guess, unfortunately, Belgium will be out.
Yeah, that's sad. I hope not, because I really like that girl. I know she's adorable.
I really
Uh,
like her too, and I'm really sad if she is out, but someone has to be out.
yeah, that's true. Um, Actually, I have some difficult time to list them, but I think it will be something like yeah, Portugal will be out, sadly. I think Estonia will be out. Belgium, San Marino, those four almost for sure. And I think the fifth position actually will be between, and I'm gonna say something that might shock some of you about, but will be between Poland and Croatia or Georgia. So one of those
Okay.
three will qualify, the other one not. Um,
Yes.
because I feel like we can't, maybe, yeah, but we can't have a world when not all, but six out of seven of the first half will qualify. Croatia is a
Yeah.
strong song on paper, but I'm really afraid about their position. On the other hand, I can see a room where Georgia isn't that strong as some people might say. Like it's a fun and entertain, as you like to say, Vani, brain rot song.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
we also have Sweden and I don't know, and Greece,
Yeah.
for example, and even
Gen
Moldova.
Z songs, yeah.
So yeah, we can't have many kind of brain rot friendly songs, all of them together. It's also a risk. Poland
Yeah.
has really nice advantage of the perfect running order out of all those. So maybe, but I don't know. I either can't see a scenario where also Croatia and Portugal and Georgia, all of them out. So this is kind of my raw prediction. We'll do another video, by the way, only on predictions before rehearsal. So we'll keep still our list for that one. But this is what I think. So one last question, Vani. Who do you think, and you can say either one or two countries, nothing more. Who do you think are the winners of the running order in sense that they got the best running order they could have gotten? And who do you think is one or
Sure.
two of the losers?
I think from the first half, Greece is the winner of the running order. It's between two heavier folk songs, and Greece has another flavor. And from the second half, as we have said much in this video, Poland. It was very boosting for ALICJA, and I'm really happy about that.
Nice.
So Greece and Poland are my choices.
My choices will be maybe a bit like predictable, but I think Finland. Like they had nothing to lose even from position number four or five or whatever. But
Yeah,
yeah, I think like closing that half, like putting them officially on the list of the countries to qualify with winning the semifinal, I mean. Also Poland, I think, yeah. Poland got a really nice position. Now it's like they really got their fate in their hands. If they screw the
yeah.
staging or something like that, I don't know. They really will be. I don't want to say one to blame of non-qualification, but they really got a boost on that one. And Vani, who do you think are the two countries that got kind of damage from the running order?
Okay. Um, Maybe Montenegro is one of them. Although I think it's a minor damage. Maybe Montenegro. And the other one, I don't know. I don't really have any other one. Because I think I could have said San Marino as well, but I don't think they would qualify from any position. So I don't think it's really important to mention that. So I will say
Mm-hmm.
Montenegro.
All right. I have two on my list. The first one is actually Montenegro as well. In general, like I think the song is strong, etc. But since it's Montenegro, that hasn't like a stable record of qualifying, sadly. Last time they qualified was 11 years ago, if I'm not wrong. So
Yes,
yeah, I'm a bit
quite
worried of
true.
them. Bit worried of them. Wanted them to be in the like last quarter of the show if it was possible. The other one is actually Croatia. Once again, they have possibility to qualify. I want them to qualify. I'm saying it again because some viewers might get confused. No, I want Croatia in the final. All right, thank you. But I think that the rank order is not in the favor, especially when they're between two of the strong of the semi. Again, very different direction though, Sweden and Greece, but still. I don't know, like it's really difficult to have all the first five countries in. It happened, by the way, in 2020. four, if I'm not wrong. And we had Sylvester Belt and many others like Ukraine and
Yeah.
Croatia, etc. And then it was Poland that was the only one to miss the sequence of qualifiers. Um, Cyprus was there as well, qualifying with Kapsis. So it also was like sim it was similar for me. Like the first half was
Yeah.
much stronger in the semifinal number one. So this is my thoughts on that one. All right, guys. So this is what we think about semifinal one running order. Tell us in the comments below, who do you think got the best running order? Who do you think got not that good position in the running order? Tell us in the comments below, who do you think will qualify for that semifinal? See you soon in other songs, in other videos for us reviewing the running order and predictions and many, many other surprises coming soon. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel right here below, give us a like, and you can find us on easybeat.com, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, Apple Music, and basically everywhere. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye.